The amazing people?
The people, we have about 23 folks that are they're so passionate about helping youth that it's just exciting to get into the office every day. So we fundraise, we apply to foundations, we look for sponsors for the programs, and we reach 87% of the schools in Ottawa with a program. So that's...
And is there a website for people to follow this and Twitter?
Yes, there is. Just Google Ottawa Network for Education on feet, and you'll find us.
So that's an excellent one. And what is the Causeway Work Center, and what got you involved with the Ottawa Causeway Work Center?
Wow. Okay, so Causeway Work Center, we're a not-for-profit organization. It's a community economic development. So we help people with mental and physical disabilities to help find rewarding work and to live more independently. So personally for me, I find it's really important. 1 in 5 Canadians will have a mental health episode or issue in their lifetime. And we have to find resources to help people get active in the community. So Causeway has a supported employment program, so we work with employers and help our clients that are experiencing anxiety issues or depression and help them find work. As well as we also have an entrepreneurial program where entrepreneurs with a mental illness can get mentorship and funding to help launch their business as well. So Causeway is involved in a lot of different things.
So how can people get in touch with Ottawa Causeway? Or the Causeway Work Center, sorry.
Certainly, yeah. No, we're looking for volunteers as well. Just Google Causeway Work Center. We're located in Hintonburg, off O'Meara Street. And we have many clients that are actually working. So we have social enterprises, Crackers Catering, Good Nature Groundskeeping, Cycle Salvation, where we take donated bikes and bike mechanics who are trained in bike mechanics, fix up the bikes and we sell them. And also a rideshare program called Right Bike. So
Crackers helped out at the Ottawa Innovation Center open house a couple weeks ago.
Good call.
Sorry, excellent.
That's right.
Well, that's awesome stuff, and keep fighting the good fight, and that's inspirational. If somebody listening to this is, bored at home on a Monday through Friday night and want to give back and reinvigorate their lives, definitely take a look at that.
You're so right.
It's incredible. So, Jason, very quickly, what can we expect from the Ottawa Startup Day? It's at Algonquin this year?
That's right, yeah. It's the Every Entrepreneur Tour. Startup Canada is hosting a stop in Ottawa on the 17th of November. You can register, it's free.
Unbelievable.
Just go to Startup Canada, look at their Twitter feeds. Startup Ottawa also has links on their website, startupottawa.ca. And there's a day of sharing from panels to presentations and inspiration, and it's the community coming together because we each help each other when we come together with the right intention. And this community activity is important because our messages that are from Ottawa are going to be carried by the board and the Startup Canada to the communities right across Canada. So it's effective not just for regionally, but it's about engaging on the national agenda of entrepreneurship.
And what I love about it, first of all, that it's free, because I love very low barriers of entry, because this can give someone that is thinking about the idea, that has no idea about anything entrepreneurship. So they can be in the government, they can have their idea, they can take in a vacation day, get out there, not know anyone, by the end of the day come out with 10 to 15 amazing contacts, because they really learn. And what I was at Startup Day on the Hill last year, what you really learn is that everybody in this kind of community is kind of on board for helping you and growing with you. The government's on board and that sort of thing. What are some key speakers that you would like to highlight that we can look forward to?
I'm going to have to defer to the website because we've had Brett Wilson, who's doing Calgary.
Yes, he is. I saw that.
I'm kind of wondering, is he going to do another stop? Some of the speakers are the startup community leaders, Victoria Lennox, and there's a whole agenda on the site.
And so, definitely go there to check that out. Also, you're an entrepreneur in residence at Carleton. How has that changed since it first started? Because when I was taking entrepreneurship at University of Ottawa, it was such a smaller scale before the Spark and everything like that. How has it been increasing at the university that you've seen? Evolved since when you were there, even that.
When I was there, I sometimes felt I was maybe one of the few determined to be an entrepreneur. Now it is... it's imbued across the whole campus. They intend to be one of the most entrepreneurial universities in Canada. I'm an entrepreneur at the Living Lab, and that's a specific basically place for the outside entrepreneurial ecosystem to interface with the university. And so academics might be working on projects to launch startups, or there's a startup that says, I have some research questions I need to get answered, and this is where it can be fostered. And so I help make those bridges, much like what Albert does to bridge within the schools. I'm doing that at the university at Carleton.
Any recent successes you can talk about? Any recent kind of interesting conversations you've had lately?
Well, one of the success stories I would like to say is the Hatch program, which is the Student Association Incubation Program. It was inviting over a dozen students that I helped to mentor last year. About a third of them went on to get funding from Startup Garage and other parts of the ecosystem afterwards. So it was really about the support structure to say, here, you now have vetted your idea, had mentoring to shape what is a good value proposition, and now you access funding elsewhere in the ecosystem, and now you keep growing yourself as an entrepreneur and your business. Wow. Some of them pivot into new ventures, but it was the start, and that's a success story when you're accessing other parts of the ecosystem, because it doesn't have to stay in just one's pipe. We would call it. You don't have to stay in one campus. It's throughout.
So before we go, what keeps you motivated in Ottawa right now? What's keeping you living in Ottawa and excited for the next day ahead?
Ottawa is been completely reinvented from the fabric of where the entrepreneurial innovation is coming from. And we're a community that has close-knit, and it's being really supportive. We are due for a breakout of a global proportion about the type of startups being built here. They're going to be changing, disrupting the way that we deal with technology. And guess what? It's not telco. It's a lot of software. And it's going to be a marry of the two different types of skill sets that have been in Ottawa for the last couple of decades. Wow. And we just have to leverage that and tell the world that here's a great place. Look to Invest Ottawa and the Why Ottawa, and there's a great number of slides that tell you why Ottawa is a phenomenal place to have a business and a family and a lifestyle.
Exactly, and we look forward to the Innovation Center coming on board very soon.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And what about you, Albert? What keeps you motivated, keep the fight alive for junior achievement, especially when you are dealing with the school board, which, it is a hard beast to go against and to have change, because I know from both my parents being teachers, change for these kind of institutions is rather hard because you're having a meeting of so many different minds going on board.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right. I mean, the education system, it's like a big cruise ship, and to get that turned around, it takes time. But that's why I get excited, because working with the Ottawa Network for Education, we have those established connections with the school boards. So I have those connections and we had a couple of career school teachers involved in our discussions, and sort of like trying to promote JA to them so that they can see the opportunities that students can be gaining by starting up their own business or being exposed at an earlier age. One thing I didn't mention is that JA, we start at the age of 10, so we have programs from grade 5 to grade 12. And some of our programs are just one day in the classroom, so we're also looking for volunteers that are able to give up one day to inspire a classroom of 25 to 30 students.
It's amazing and so important. Thank you so much for what you both do. Very quickly, I forgot to touch on Ottawa 2017. You have an interesting project coming on board for that?
Yeah, I challenged in a friendly way, economic development. The city said, collaborate with the startup community, collaborate with the startups that have really cool tech. And they came back with an RFP, and we had to compete, and we won a RFP for an interactive pod, like a moving pod.
Yes.
That we've retrofitted inside with sound and light and projectors and made an immersive and interactive pod for Ottawa 2017 to share with communities to say, this is what Ottawa has coming up, why you want to come to Ottawa and be part of the celebration for Canada's big birthday. And we provided the technology behind that. 4 different startups collaborated as a startup project and showing the solidarity of our community and in collaboration with the city of Ottawa.
And we're coming up to a very exciting time. So 2017 and beyond with the new development, Zibi Innovation Center. Will I see that tonight at the Ottawa 2017 open house that's at City Hall tonight? I'll hear from it. Not ready.
It's being tested. It is very good chance we'll have it at the Every Entrepreneur Tour for Startup Canada.
Oh, okay. So that's November 17th.
Yeah.
Very quickly, any other events that any of you can promote coming up that you want people to know about?
Startup Ottawa has a host of events, and there's a GEW, Global Entrepreneurship Week, and there's a host of events through Invest Ottawa. I know the CoLab space has made a concerted effort to have over 24 events with speakers giving great knowledge nuggets. And look to your startup community for where those events are happening.
Easiest way to get in contact with you, Jason?
I guess for most people, my Twitter handle is BizDaley, BIZDALEY.
Perfect. And you, Albert?
Best way to get in touch with me is Twitter as well. It's Albert Wong 13.
Number 13 is the 13th Albert Wong on Twitter. Well, thank you both so much. That went by so quick. I hope a lot of high school students are listening to this. University students, government employees, everyone. I just love the motivation that we have in Ottawa, and we need more people helping out. Very quickly, events this weekend. We have Clear the Room charity event tonight. We have the Ottawa 2017 open house at City Hall. We have Bad Bad Not Good on Saturday, a fundraiser for Center 507 at Centertime United Church for $20. Steal of a deal. Signature show going on. Tattoo Expo, if you're into that, in Gatineau. Current Swell with Autumn's Cannon is playing at Mavericks on Friday. Soul Jazz Orchestra on Saturday. Trailer Park Bingo turns 6 at Zaphod Sunday. And we have a book launch for Transfer in Ottawa by Elaine Migueles on Monday that I'll be attending, so I'm excited for that. And next week we have Michael Wallach from Wallach's Art Supplies, family-run business that's been going on for many years in Ottawa. I love the art community. I want to hear what they're doing and what we can do for that. And one last song from Loon Choir. It's their first song off their new album, All of This and Everything Else. This is Hope is Just a Footnote. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Back in the street.